In recent years, the VM Group has undergone a number of critical changes as we transform to serve our members and clients better. In November last year, we made this transformation official, signaling to the public our commitment to always listen to their needs and continuously evolve to serving them as a strong, integrated group. None of this change was done in a vacuum, but was all born out of engagement and communication with the owners of this entity, our members, as a customer-owned organization. Today, we will be talking about VM as a mutual and how that mutuality serves our members through excellence in service, benefits, and value. You will want to stay with us. I'm Courtney Campbell, Group President and CEO. This is Chatting with Courtney. With me today to help us to better understand what it means to be a mutual organization and how this serves you better is our Deputy CEO of Building Society Operations, Paul Elliott. Welcome, Paul.
Thank you for having me, Courtney.
Paul, let us start by sharing with our members and clients what it means to be a mutual financial organization.
Okay. A mutual organization is one that is owned by its members and operated for the benefit of those members. As a result of that, the members are entitled to a share of the profits of the mutual. On the other hand, for stock companies issue shares of stock to stockholders or shareholders, as they are called, right? And this gives them partial ownership. Each share gives you partial ownership of the company, and with that, some rights to decide the direction of the company. All right. Generally, these companies operate primarily to satisfy shareholder interests and maximize shareholder value. So if you look at a mutual organization versus a non-mutual organization, the difference really lies in the ownership structure.
Absolutely. So you mentioned, very importantly, the fact that for mutuals, the members participate in a share of the profits.
Yes.
And by this, we really mean that the profits are returned to the members in several ways.
Yes.
They are better rates. In the case of an institution such as ours, lower mortgage rates, higher savings rates, through lower fees, and in fact, through less fees.
Yeah.
Let's speak a bit about VM's purpose.
Okay. Well, Courtney, as you know, we were established in 1878, right? And our purpose then was to encourage Jamaicans to save, pool their savings and save towards owning their own homes.
Yes.
Right? 144 years later, today, our purpose essentially remains the same, which is to empower Jamaicans, our members globally, right, to achieve financial well-being through home ownership and innovative investment solutions. So 144 years ago, today, at its core, our purpose remains the same.
Great. So how are we delivering on that, do you think? Are we doing a good job?
We are, but there's always more to be done. And let me set the context for you when I say why it is that there's more to be done. We are a great nation, culturally rich. We have a great tourism product, high rates of repeat tourism. Our sporting purse is known all around the globe. But we're challenged at home with some other issues, right? We have high rates of dropout of university students. And that, for me, is a huge concern. Our pension state of our pension is, our pension market is really, really one to be, looked at in very serious ways. We have about 11% of Jamaicans in a registered pension plan. And as such, that becomes a problem not only to the state, but to children of parents. Many times at work, we hear people talking about, I have responsibility to take care of my parents. And this is not common to developed countries. It's something unique to us in our developing state. And my response to the whole thing is that as a mutual organization that satisfies the question of what's in it for me and financial inclusion, and having the responsibility to get people to place their feet on that the first rung of the ladder, right? We have a responsibility to bring more people in, and as such address the issue of saving early.
And so let's talk a bit. So let's share with our members the fact that in all of those subsidiaries of the VM group, we are promoting financial inclusion. Yeah. We are ensuring that more people have access to that financial empowerment and the well-being of which you speak. So let's give some examples. In VM pensions management, yes, you're correct that the rate of pension coverage in Jamaica is very low. Only 11% of persons in Jamaica are, in the private sector are covered by a private pension fund. And so what we have said is that it's very important for us to take our approved retirement scheme to more and more self-employed people or persons working with entities that do not have a pension plan. Right. And so our recent thrust has been to distribute our pension products through our branches. Right. And we're hoping that many more will be able to access a retirement plan via that means. Then let's talk about our investment products. We're again promoting financial inclusion because we have a very low entry point for, say, our unit trust products and our equity trading, because we're allowing people to start. If you take, for example, the VM Equity Unit Trust, VM Wealth Equity Unit Trust, we're starting with $10,000. For, with only $10,000, you can purchase a diversified equity portfolio through VM Wealth. And in addition to that, we offer lower admin fees so that more of the money can get invested in actually buying stocks, which is a really great long-term investment. So those are just two examples. Another example that I would want to offer is that through VM Money Transfer Services, we have been promoting direct to bank. And that promotes financial inclusion because we're saying to the people who are receiving remittances, don't collect cash and then go on the road to be tempted to spend all of that cash. But have your remittance credited electronically to your account, open an account with us, have the remittance credited to the account. You will be able to access the funds at our ABMs for free, or any ABM in the island for free. And you would be able to build up some savings in that, from those remittances. And that will help you along your journey to financial well-being. So we are promoting financial well-being, not only in the building society, right, through the savings products, through our mortgages, through the low fees that we charge, through the no fees that we charge that we don't charge at ABMs and point of sale terminals, but also through the subsidiaries such as VM Wealth, VM Pensions, VM Money Transfer, and I mentioned before, VM Property Services. Paul, for those persons who are not yet part of the VM family, why should they join us?
Simply put, Courtney, member benefits. And let me expand a little bit on that. So what we do here at VM is focus on, as a mutual, and I go back to my earlier definition, is that we basically have an obligation to, and our members can expect to receive, right, a share of the profits we make. All right? And in 2020, the value of those discounts was a whopping $355 million. $355 million. I repeat that for emphasis. All right? And that represents...
In lower fees.
In lower fees.
Fewer fees.
Fewer fees.
Better rates.
Better rates. All right? And as such, it neatly answers the question, especially today when everybody's asking what's in it for me, and people are anti-big organization, and the interest of shareholders are, is at conflict in some way, at conflict with, with those of the customers. So we're saying if we use our ABMs, right, and we have a network of about 27 ABMs now. We have spent over the last few years, as significant sums on replacing cash dispensers with intelligent ABMs, which, is just an amazing thing to see, because these are standalone tellers, essentially. And we continue to look at expanding our network of ABMs. We have 16 branches. We've upgraded a lot of our branches, and that is just listening to the voice of our members as well. So that's the other thing. When you are a member, you see something, you say something, we react to the voice of the customer or members, of the society. In addition, for persons doing mortgages, the market cost of evaluation is sometimes part of what we would call it, that whole prohibitive cost structure, and we have reduced that and absorbed part of the cost of doing that. Where we don't have market coverage, right, and you use our ABMs, we cover the cost. Yes. The point of sale machines, right? And as such, I think when you asked earlier if there's more to be done, I say yes, there's a lot more to be done, because I think we have the responsibility to do what I call spreading the gospel of mutuality. And so over the next 2 years, that is clearly my mission and that of my team, to spread the gospel of mutuality to more Jamaicans, right? So they know why it is that they should be a member of the VM group.
Right. Fully agree with you. And in fact, that's a mission of the entire group. And that's why, for example, our VM pensions team have decided that they're going to be serving the underserved market of our taxi operators by taking the approved retirement plan to our taxi operators. So we're hoping that thousands of taxi drivers out there thinking about their retirement, what will happen when they're no longer able to be on the road 6 or 7 days per week, and they have to, take life a little easier in their older years, in their senior years, that they will start to save from now, to prepare for those years from now through our approved retirement scheme. And I'm encouraging all our taxi operators to inquire about the VM pensions plan through any of our VM branches. But Paul is correct. The truth is that it makes sense that if you are not currently in the VM family, please come and join us in this family. Your voice will be listened to, it will be respected, you will receive excellent service, and most of all, you will own this institution. For those persons who are already members of the VM group, but your accounts are inactive, I encourage you to call or visit us to reactivate your account. You will not regret it.
And let me just add a quick note on the back of that. So if you don't come to us to reactivate your accounts, we are actually coming out to you. We've worked out something. Me and my team, we're going out to our members that are, with inactive accounts, and we're going to find you and speak to you about why it is that you should be here with us on this journey. So all in all, Courtney, I hope today we have made a compelling case for new members, to come on board, and for persons who are existing members to speak to us about deepening the relationships that they have with us.
Thank you very much, Paul. I really enjoyed this conversation. Thank you for joining us. We hope that today you have developed a better understanding of the meaning of mutuality, of how you benefit from being a member of the VM Mutual. And we look forward to serving you and helping you on your journey towards financial well-being as we get ready to transform your everyday. Until next time, I'm Courtney Campbell.